Good morning, everyone. Hope that you're doing well. I wanted to start off these virtual letters with nothing. My brother, mother, and I have been spending a lot of time together during quarantine, and we've been watching a lot of movies and playing a lot of board games and doing some pretty wholesome activities that really feel good to experience again after not having them for quite a long time. And we watched this silly movie, but I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge Disney fan, always have been, and I watched Mary Poppins Returns with my family about a week ago. And Mary Poppins, with her quick as a cat wit, says at one point when the children are trying to hide something they've done, she asks them what have they been doing, and they say nothing. And she said, "Oh, what a useful word. Nothing can mean positively everything and anything." And that had me thinking. It is so interesting that our society is one that pushes and pushes and pushes and prides ambition above relaxation, mental health, and personal self-care. And that is something that I have still been learning about. I'm very fortunate to grow up in a family that didn't pressure me and that didn't force me to be who I wasn't or to try and be someone else. I was able to be unapologetically myself, and I'm so grateful for that. But I have noticed that after being unemployed for a few months and trying to do part-time jobs to make it by and making a full-time job out of applying to jobs, I'm sick of cover letters. I am learning that this idea of nothing, of doing nothing, of taking quarantine and this pandemic to learn a new skill. I'm learning how to crochet, to read for pleasure, to play video games, to talk with friends on the phone, to do these things that I really felt I was missing out on when I had a full-time job. It's interesting that our society is one that, in my experience, sort of shames this idea of being unemployed. This shames this idea of taking time for yourself and taking time to do what you love, even when it doesn't have necessarily the intentions or the purpose that having a full-time job does. And I find myself grasping to find any job I can because I feel ashamed of doing nothing. And it's just interesting to me to think about this idea that we deserve time to, I guess for lack of a better phrase, stare at the wall, to relax, to not do anything, to go for a run or a hike with no purpose or destination in mind. And so I am going to really push myself as a human being to not be judgmental and not to make assumptions when someone says, "Oh, I've been doing nothing." Because as Mary Poppins says, and that girl knows, as Mary Poppins says, doing nothing can sometimes mean doing everything and anything. And I just think it is important for me to explore this idea of being okay with being stuck, with being, and not even, that's a negative connotation, with being at rest in my life. Because we are in a world where things are being put on hold constantly, and things are being canceled, and things are being forgotten. And I don't want to forget who I am as a person, even if I can't come up to someone and say, "Yes, this is my illustrious job position. This is my place of employment." I want to be comfortable being me and being able to do nothing and tell the people that I love, yes, I've not been up to much, but what I have been up to has been important to me because of this. So that's where I'm going to leave you with, and I am going to pose to my next person who will randomly show up here. Okay. I'm going to pose you this question. If doing nothing can be a good thing, do you also feel like trying to do everything is a good thing? Do you feel that being ambitious during the pandemic and during a time when things are moving slowly, do you feel that that is the best thing to do, to try and strive and push forward in a time where a lot of people are pushing back? That's my question. And thank you all for joining me today on our little virtual letter. And please take care, choose kindness, be safe, and talk to you soon. Gotta go find a stamp. Bye.